Welcome back to my channel. We are on day 4 of the Vlogmas series. We're digging in deep to the certifications. So, of course, today's topic is going to be on federal certifications for your contracting business. I'm going to go ahead, deep dive right on in so that we can go ahead and get you guys certified. So, again, we're going to be talking about federal certifications, right? Yesterday, we talked about the state certifications. Today, we're flipping the switch and going into the federal certifications. Now, the federal certifications and the state certifications are pretty much the same as far as qualifications go. It just kind of depends, you know, how sometimes you have specific states who have their own certifications that you can apply for, whereas federal is kind of, you know, everyone can submit an application to get approved for those, but you still have to meet the qualifications. So the federal certifications, they are also a part of a set-aside program, the same exact set-aside program for small businesses, so helping limit your competition, helping you be able to compete within a sector that your small business can actually win contracts in versus you feeling as though you have to compete with all these big companies. That's not the case. That is what the certifications are set up for. You do need the basic requirements, again, for the set-aside contracts. So that's your DUNS number, that's your NEX codes, meeting the company size of 500 employees or less, and registering within SAMs, which I am hoping that you have already done those things. So if you haven't, I'm going to need you to go and do those after this video so that you can go ahead and get prepared to do your certifications. Now, I had also discussed this on the last video as well. The set-aside program offers up to 3 to 5% of contracts that have to go to minorities, women-owned, veterans, and things like that. So the set-aside program is specifically for us small businesses. It's specifically to help us grow, to help us get contracts that we can ultimately build upon within our business. So let's dive into, I have 3 different certifications that I'm going to be giving you on the federal side. And these are the generic ones, so usually the ones that everyone goes for. So that's what I'm trying to keep this as, because I know a lot of people are trying to get certified. They're trying to get their business up and going. So let's check out these 3. And then if you have any questions regarding the certifications or regarding, you know, what it is that you need to apply, or are you ready to apply, then go ahead and book a session with me. So the very first one that I want to talk about is the Services Disabled Vet. So you have Services Disabled Vet, and then you have Veteran Owned. Services Disabled Vet means that you have a service-connected disability, right? For instance, my dad, he would qualify for this certification because he was released due to disability. So you will have to prove this, and usually it's the Department of Veteran Affairs that you know, has to show that, okay, this specific person, you know, they have this disability due to service, which will qualify you for the Disabled Veteran-Owned Company certification. Now, for the Disabled Veteran-Owned, you do have to apply via the VA website, just because you have to go through the verification process to prove that you were in the service, first off. And for those certifications, so when it comes to the certifications for the veterans, that is at 5% as well. So that means contracts they have, of these government contracts, 5% of that contract has to go to a services disabled veteran, which, I mean, works out for you, right, if you're a veteran. Qualifications is pretty much the same. You know, 51% owned by a veteran. Well, I'm sorry, by a disabled veteran. The veteran owned is pretty much the same as well. And then you have to hold the highest position within that company. So meaning CEO, some people use chief, some people use president. Whatever it is that is the highest up in that has the highest job title within that company, that is what that veteran has to be in order for you guys to qualify for that certification. The next certification I want to talk a little bit about is the hub zone, or historically underutilized business. Now, everyone will not qualify for this certification just because it's based on area. But it does have to be owned by 51% minority. So, of course, a minority like Native American, Black, Hispanic, trying to think of something else, I can't think. But it has to be 51% owned by a minority in order for you to qualify for this certification. And then you have to reside within the state that you are applying for. So, for instance, you can't live in Florida, but you're trying to get the certification in Georgia, if that makes sense. You also have to be a U.S. citizen, which generally any of these certifications you do have to be a U.S. citizen. This certification does renew every 4 years. I know a lot of people didn't know that. When I do the certifications with my clients, they generally don't know that. Yes, it renews every 4 years. And then your business address must reside within a hub zone. So you have to get out and do the research within your state or within your area to see if it resides within a hub zone area. If it does, go and get this certification. As I said, a lot of people can't get this certification just because their business address does not reside in a hub zone. For instance, my company, I don't reside in a hub zone, so therefore, I don't qualify for that certification. But the next person may be in the area where they do qualify, and because a lot of people can't get this certification, it generally opens you up and limits your competition, right? So the last one, and we touched a little bit about this in the last video, but I am going to talk about it again in this one, which is the Woman Business Enterprise and Disadvantaged Woman Woman Enterprise. So you'll notice that the woman certification, they kind of have it on both parts. So they have it in state and they have it on federal. So you can kind of just choose which one you want to apply for, but they're generally the same. So same thing, you can go and apply on fbo.gov to get this certification. And it is the 5% set aside. Of course, it has to be 51% owned by a woman. And then they have to hold the highest position within the business. And of course, there is no longer a self-certified with this. With women-owned, it changed. I want to say it was last October, I think it changed. Don't quote me on that. Last October, they changed it to where you couldn't self-certify. The woman-owned certification used to be on fbo.gov, you used to self-certify yourself. So basically, you go and input your information and you get your certificate. It doesn't work like that. They've made it now to where you have to go through the entire process of, such as if you were applying for minority, if you were applying for the small business. It's just like any other certification now. You have to go through the process. In which I'll be talking a little bit about that once we get to the woman-owned certification. That way you can kind of know about the changes and kind of how it works now. So last thing, I say this every time I talk about certifications. You have to apply before you need them. You don't want to get to a point where you have a certification in hand, a contract in hand, but you can't bid on it because you don't meet the requirements when it comes to the certifications. Or you don't want it to get to the point where you can't bid on that project because you didn't meet the capacity levels. Always prepare your business before you need to go out and bid, before you are ready to go and get contracts. Right now, with the holidays coming up, this is the perfect time for you to go ahead and get your business set up for success. There is no reason whatsoever why your business shouldn't be completely set up and you're not taking off when the new year comes. So if you have any questions, you need any help with your certifications, or if you just have general questions, If you need someone to process all the paperwork for you, if you need someone to help you review your certifications before you apply so that you're not doing the back and forth, reach out to me, book a session, or comment below. Let me know which certifications you're trying to go for within your business. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow.